Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, wondering why sleep seems harder to hold on to as you get older? Or maybe you drift off quickly, only to rise with the sun hours before you planned. And you ask yourself, did I sleep enough? It's a question millions of people over 70 quietly wrestle with. Is 6 hours enough? Should I be aiming for 9? Is sleeping longer a blessing or a warning sign? The truth is, sleep changes as we age. What felt right for you at 40 or 50 may no longer serve your body or mind in your 70s. And yet, so many seniors believe restless nights, shorter sleep, or early mornings are simply part of getting old. But here's the surprising reality. How much sleep you get after 70 doesn't just decide how rested you feel the next morning. It plays a powerful role in how long you live, how clearly you think, and how strong your body stays in the years ahead. Think about it, when you don't sleep enough, you may feel it immediately. The fogginess, the irritation, the stumble on the stairs. But what most people don't realize is that night after night, your body is keeping score. Sleep is the quiet time when your heart repairs itself, when your brain clears out waste that can build toward memory loss, when your immune system strengthens to fight off the illnesses that become more dangerous with age. And here's the twist. Too little sleep can harm you, but so can too much. Oversleeping is not just laziness or boredom. It may actually be a red flag, tied to hidden health risks like heart disease or even early death. So the question is urgent, not optional. What is the best amount of sleep for seniors after 70? What is the sweet spot that protects your heart, sharpens your memory, and adds more good years to your life? In this video, we're breaking it all down. You'll discover the science-backed sleep window proven to extend longevity, the hidden dangers of too little and too much rest, and practical tips from experts that you can start using tonight. So if you've ever wondered whether your sleep habits are helping you age gracefully or quietly holding you back, stay with us to the end. Because tonight could be the night you start sleeping not just longer, but better. When it comes to sleep, the numbers truly matter, especially after age 70. But here's the challenge. Ask 5 different seniors how many hours they need, and you'll get 5 very different answers. Some insist that 6 hours is plenty. Others happily sleep 9 or more. So what does the science actually say? According to the National Institute on Aging, the general recommendation for older adults is still between 7 and 9 hours of sleep per night. That's the same range recommended for younger adults. So despite what many believe, our sleep needs don't drastically shrink just because we grow older. But in reality, many sleep specialists now point to a tighter, healthier window for people over 65, and especially for those in their 70s. That window is 7 to 8 hours per night. Not 6, not 9. Just 7 to 8. And here's why. A growing body of research, including studies published in the Sleep Health Journal and other respected sources, has shown what scientists call a U-shaped curve when it comes to sleep and longevity. Picture the letter U. If you sleep far too little, let's say 5 or 6 hours, your risks for heart disease, dementia, and early death start climbing. On the other side of the U, if you sleep far too much, 9, 10 or more hours, the risks also climb. But right in the middle, in that sweet spot of 7 to 8 hours, the risks drop dramatically. A systematic review of dozens of studies, covering hundreds of thousands of people, confirmed this pattern clearly. Both extremes, short sleep and long sleep, were linked with higher rates of mortality, memory loss, depression, and frailty. But seniors who regularly hit that balanced 7 to 8 hours tended to live longer, think clearer, and stay stronger. Why does this matter so much? Because unlike when you were 30 or 40, your body now depends even more on those hours of restorative rest. Sleep is the time when your brain clears away toxins linked to Alzheimer's disease. It's when your immune system repairs itself, and when your heart and blood vessels recover from daily stress. Missing that window, even by a couple of hours, can mean your body simply doesn't have the time it needs to heal. Let's take a real-life example. Imagine two men, both 75 years old. One routinely gets just 5 to 6 hours of sleep, telling himself he doesn't need much anymore. The other averages a consistent 7.5 hours. Over time, the first man notices he's more forgetful, more prone to catching colds, and less steady on his feet. The second man? He feels sharper, steadier, and more energized. Not because of supplements or special diets, but because his body and brain are completing the nightly repair cycles they desperately need. And here's another important point. When experts say 7 to 8 hours, they're talking about actual sleep, not just time spent in bed. If you're in bed for 8.5 hours but wake up frequently tossing and turning, your body may only be getting 6 good hours of real sleep. That's why focusing on sleep quality is just as important as sleep quantity. So the takeaway is simple but powerful. For most seniors over 70, the golden number isn't 5, it isn't 10. It's 7 to 8 hours of true, restorative sleep each night. That's where your brain, your heart, and your body find their balance. And that's where science says your best chance of living longer and better truly lies. Now that we know the ideal amount of sleep, the next question is, why does sleep feel so different after 70? Many older adults notice that even when they go to bed on time, their sleep isn't what it used to be. And that's not just in your head, it's science. Let's start with what researchers call sleep architecture. The natural stages your body cycles through each night. In your younger years, you spend plenty of time in deep, slow-wave sleep, the kind that leaves you feeling refreshed in the morning. But as you age, those deep stages gradually shrink. Instead, sleep becomes lighter, with more frequent awakenings throughout the night. That's why many seniors describe their nights as broken up, or why a small sound, a car outside, a creak in the house, can easily wake them. It's not that your body needs less sleep, it's that it has a harder time holding on to it. Studies published in medical journals like PMC, PubMed Central, show that older adults may wake up 3 to 4 times more per night compared to younger adults, often without even realizing it. And because of this, even if you're in bed for 8 hours, you might only get 6 or 7 hours of real restorative rest. Another big change happens with your circadian rhythm, your internal clock. As we age, this rhythm naturally shifts. You might find yourself getting sleepy earlier in the evening, maybe around 8 or 9 p.m., and then waking up much earlier in the morning, sometimes at 4 or 5 a.m. This is called advanced sleep phase syndrome, and it's common in older adults. It doesn't necessarily mean something is wrong. It's simply your body clock running on an earlier schedule. But here's the tricky part. If you resist that early drowsiness and push yourself to stay up late, say watching TV until midnight, you're not just shifting bedtime. You're also cutting into your overall sleep hours, because your body clock will still wake you up at dawn. The result? Chronic sleep deprivation without realizing it. And then, of course, there's the matter of daytime naps. Many seniors find themselves nodding off during the afternoon. On one hand, short naps, about 20 to 40 minutes, can actually be restorative, giving your brain and body a quick recharge. Research highlighted in Science Direct shows that moderate napping may even support memory and reduce fatigue. But naps can also backfire. If you nap too long, say an hour and a half or too late in the afternoon, your body may have trouble falling asleep at night, leading to a cycle of fragmented sleep. It's a balancing act. A nap that helps versus a nap that steals from your nighttime rest. And let's not forget the role of health and lifestyle factors. Chronic pain, frequent trips to the bathroom, medications, or conditions like sleep apnea can all fragment sleep. In fact, the San Francisco Chronicle recently highlighted how many seniors misattribute these interruptions to normal aging, when in reality, they may be treatable medical issues. So what's the bottom line? Sleep after 70 changes in 3 major ways. It gets lighter and more fragmented, with less deep restorative sleep. Your internal clock shifts earlier, so you may feel tired sooner and wake earlier. Napping becomes more common, which can either help or hurt, depending on how it's done. Understanding these shifts doesn't mean you should settle for poor sleep. Quite the opposite. By recognizing the patterns, you can work with your body's natural rhythm instead of against it. Adjust your habits, optimize your environment, and you'll find that good restorative rest is still very possible, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Now that we've seen how much sleep seniors truly need and why it changes with age, the big question becomes, what can you actually do to improve the quality of your sleep after 70? The good news is that there are simple, science-backed strategies that can make a powerful difference. Think of these as small adjustments that add up to big results. Let's walk through them one by one. 1. Keep a consistent sleep schedule even on weekends. Your body has an internal clock that thrives on rhythm. Going to bed at 10 one night and midnight the next confuses that clock, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Experts say the most restful sleep happens when you keep a steady routine, going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every single day. Imagine your sleep like a garden. Consistency is the water and sunlight. Without it, your body never knows when to bloom. 2. Create a calming bedtime routine. What you do in the hour before bed sends powerful signals to your brain. If you're scrolling through your phone, watching stressful news, or drinking coffee late at night, your body gets the message to stay alert. Instead, build a ritual of calm. Dim the lights, maybe sip a warm caffeine-free tea, read a gentle book, or listen to relaxing music. Even simple habits like brushing your teeth, washing your face, or stretching lightly tell your brain, it's time to wind down. 3. Limit caffeine, alcohol, and heavy meals in the evening. Caffeine isn't just in coffee, it's in tea, chocolate, and even some medications. After 2 p.m., caffeine can linger in your system, keeping you wired when you should be winding down. Alcohol may make you drowsy at first, but it disrupts your deep sleep later in the night. And big, heavy dinners close to bedtime? They force your body to focus on digestion instead of restoration. If you must snack, go for something light like a banana, yogurt, or a handful of nuts. 4. Get daylight exposure, especially in the morning. One of the best ways to reset your circadian rhythm is simple: sunlight. Step outside in the morning, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes. The natural light helps anchor your body's clock, boosting alertness in the day and promoting sleepiness at night. If you can combine this with a light walk for even better results. 5. Move your body daily. Light to moderate physical activity like walking, stretching, or gentle yoga can dramatically improve sleep quality. Exercise helps your body regulate energy, reduce stress, and tire you out naturally. The key? Do it earlier in the day or early evening, not right before bed. Vigorous exercise too close to bedtime can make it harder to fall asleep. 6. Make your bedroom a sanctuary. Your sleep environment matters more than you think. Aim for a room that's cool, quiet, and dark. Use blackout curtains, wear an eye mask if needed, or consider a white noise machine if outside sounds bother you. A supportive mattress and comfortable bedding tailored to your needs, whether you prefer soft, firm, or something in between, can make all the difference. Remember, your bedroom should be for 2 things only: sleep and relaxation. 7. Be smart about naps. Short naps, around 20 to 40 minutes earlier in the day, can restore energy without interfering with nighttime rest. But long naps or late naps can steal from your sleep hours at night. If you wake up often at 2 or 3 a.m., try trimming back on afternoon dozing. 8. Address underlying medical issues. Sometimes, sleep struggles aren't just about habits, they're about health. Conditions like arthritis, nocturia, waking to urinate, restless leg syndrome, or sleep apnea can quietly disrupt your nights. Certain medications, too, may interfere with sleep cycles. If you find yourself oversleeping but never feeling refreshed, or struggling with excessive daytime sleepiness, it's time to talk with your doctor. Identifying and treating these issues can unlock the restful nights you've been missing. 9. Respect your body's natural signals. As we age, our circadian rhythms shift earlier. That means if you're yawning at 9 p.m., don't force yourself to stay up until midnight just to feel normal. Honor your body's cues. Go to bed when you feel sleepy, and allow your natural rhythm to guide you. 10. Practice relaxation and stress management. Sometimes it's not your body but your mind that keeps you awake. Racing thoughts, worries, or even excitement can prevent deep rest. Try techniques like slow breathing, meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, or gratitude journaling. Many seniors find these practices not only improve sleep, but also bring peace and clarity into their daily lives. So remember, good sleep isn't luck, it's a lifestyle. By keeping a regular schedule, creating a calming routine, moving your body, and addressing health issues, you can transform your nights from restless to restorative. And at age 70 and beyond, those changes don't just help you sleep better. They help you live better, longer, and stronger. Sleep is surrounded by myths, especially when it comes to aging. Over the years, many seniors have been told things that sound true, but simply aren't. These myths can keep you trapped in bad habits, or worse, make you ignore signs of real health issues. Let's clear up the confusion with a few common ones, and hear how real people discovered the truth. Myth number 1. If I'm older, I need less sleep. This one is everywhere. People often say, I'm in my 70s, of course I only sleep 5 hours now, my body doesn't need more. But here's the truth. While sleep patterns do change as we age, like lighter sleep and more awakenings, our sleep need doesn't shrink dramatically. Healthy adults over 65 still benefit from 7 to 8 hours per night, according to the National Institute on Aging. What happens is not that your body needs less, it's that it becomes harder to get the same quality of sleep. Think of it like watering a plant. The plant doesn't suddenly need less water just because it's older. It still needs the same nourishment, sometimes you just need to adjust how you deliver it. Take Frank, 74, for example. 4 years he told himself he was just fine with 5 or 6 hours a night. He'd wake at 5 a.m., drink coffee, and push through the day. But slowly his energy dropped. He noticed more afternoon drowsiness, memory slips, and irritability. His daughter encouraged him to aim for 7 hours instead of shrugging it off as old age. When he started sticking to a consistent bedtime and creating a wind-down routine, he was surprised. His mornings felt sharper, his mood lifted, and even his balance improved. Frank's story is proof. Cutting yourself short on sleep may feel normal, but it's not what your body needs. Myth number 2. The more sleep, the better. On the other end of the spectrum is another common myth, that sleeping 9, 10, or even 11 hours is always a sign of good rest. But here's the reality. Too much sleep can sometimes signal a problem. Oversleeping regularly, especially when you still wake up feeling groggy, can point to underlying issues, depression, thyroid problems, sleep apnea, or even side effects of medication. Insert story. Maria's wake-up call. Consider Maria, 78. She often slept 10 or 11 hours at night, with extra naps in the day, yet always felt exhausted. Her family thought maybe she just needed more rest because of her age. But after a checkup, she was diagnosed with sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops during sleep. Once treated, her nighttime hours dropped closer to 8, and suddenly she woke up refreshed. Maria's case shows that more sleep isn't always better. It's quality, not just quantity, that matters. Myth number 3. Waking up at night is always normal for seniors. It's true that sleep becomes lighter with age, and many older adults wake up once or twice. But constant awakenings, especially if you can't fall back asleep, are not something you should ignore. Sometimes it's a simple fix, like reducing fluids before bed to minimize bathroom trips. But other times it's a red flag for conditions like restless leg syndrome, medication side effects, or underlying pain. Brief story. Robert's restless nights. Robert, age 72, thought waking every hour was just how old people sleep. But after months of fatigue, his doctor found that his nighttime medications were interfering with his sleep cycles. With adjustments, Robert's nights became deeper and more restorative. The takeaway? Don't settle for poor sleep as an automatic part of aging. Narrator, closing of section. So here's the truth. Sleep needs don't vanish with age. More hours aren't always healthier, and frequent wake-ups deserve attention. The key is balance. Seniors thrive on 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, enough to restore memory, boost mood, and protect long-term health. If you've believed these myths, you're not alone. But like Frank, Maria, and Robert discovered, changing the way you think about sleep could be the first step to changing the way you live your days. So, what's the bottom line when it comes to sleep after 70? If you are in your 70s or beyond, the research is clear. The sweet spot is 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep each night. Not too little, not too much. That's the zone where your brain repairs, your body restores, and your heart stays protected. It's the rhythm your body still craves, no matter your age. But here's the secret. It's not just about the number of hours on the clock. What truly matters is consistency and quality. Going to bed at roughly the same time each night, waking at the same time each morning, and building habits that calm your mind and prepare your body for rest. That's what transforms sleep from a struggle into a source of strength. Even the smallest changes can lead to big improvements. A dimmed light in the evening, a warm cup of caffeine-free tea, a short walk in the morning sun. These little habits might seem ordinary, but together they create a powerful message to your body. It's safe to rest, it's time to heal. And the payoff? Better memory, brighter mood, more resilience in your day-to-day life. And here's something important. Don't ignore your sleep struggles. Waking up often, sleeping too much without feeling refreshed, or dragging through the day with heavy fatigue. Those aren't just part of getting old. They're signals. Your body may be pointing to something deeper. Pain that needs treatment, a medication that needs adjusting, or a sleep disorder like apnea that needs to be checked. Talking to a healthcare provider can make the difference between years of frustration and finally finding relief. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, remember this: sleep isn't wasted time. It isn't a luxury. It's one of the most powerful medicines you have access to, free, natural, and essential. At 70, 80, or even 90, your body still depends on it to protect your mind, your heart, and your future. Call to action, gentle but firm. If you're watching this, commit to treating your sleep with the same respect you give to your meals, your medicines, or your exercise. Aim for those 7 to 8 hours, guard your bedtime routine, and if something feels off, don't ignore it. Your best years can still be ahead, and the rest you give yourself tonight could be the foundation of the strength, clarity, and joy you feel tomorrow. Because better sleep isn't just about adding more nights to your life. It's about adding more life to your nights. Sleep is not just a break from life. It is one of the most powerful tools we have to heal, preserve, and thrive. Every night, your body is working quietly behind the scenes, repairing your heart, restoring your memory, balancing your mood, and building the strength you need to live fully the next day. Too often, sleep gets treated as optional, something we can cut short, something we can push aside. But the truth is this: sleep is medicine, a natural, free, and absolutely essential medicine. It is your brain's nightly house cleaning. It is your heart's recovery period. It is your immune system's chance to recharge. And the good news is you still have the power to protect it no matter your age. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, let your schedule, your habits, and your environment support you. Dim the lights, silence the noise, create a space that feels like a sanctuary. Honor your bedtime like you would a doctor's appointment, because in many ways it's even more important. Here's to getting the rest you truly need. Not just for a sharper mind, but for a healthier heart, steadier balance, stronger memory, and countless more good mornings. Imagine waking up tomorrow not just refreshed, but with the energy to enjoy the day, your walks, your family, your hobbies, your life. That's what proper sleep can give you. And now I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what's your biggest sleep goal right now? Is it falling asleep faster, waking up less often, or simply getting into a consistent routine? Share your answer. It may inspire someone else who's struggling too. If this video gave you clarity or encouragement, please take a moment to share it with a loved one. You never know whose life you might change by reminding them of the gift of healthy sleep. And finally, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We post weekly tips on healthy aging, senior wellness, and longevity. Practical, science-backed guidance designed to keep you living strong and living long. Because the truth is this: sleep isn't just about adding more nights to your life. It's about adding more life to your nights. And you deserve every single one of them.